Hello, and welcome to episode 5 of MD Quilter Knits. I'm Beth, and I can be found on Instagram and Ravelry as MD Quilter. I'm coming to you from the Eastern Shore of Maryland, and I'm in a slightly new space. I decided to change my backdrop a little bit. Here's another of the yarn walls behind me, and I'm actually sitting on my love seat, and have my window over here. I apologize if you hear any traffic noise. I do share this window with the road, so you may hear some cars going by or see them going by in the window. So yeah, people wanted to see a little bit more of the room. It's still a work in progress right now, but this shows you a little bit more of the room. I'm also back a little further from the camera. I've gotten some feedback that, people want me to be back a little bit instead of being straight up in your face. So I'm doing that. Let's see. It's been kind of a busy week for me. I've been somewhat monogamous the last couple of weeks on my projects. I do have a finished object. I don't have it with me because it happens to be a sample that I had to send out and back to where it's going to live forever. But I do have a picture that I'll be able to put up. And my friend Susie is modeling in the picture because it was a size that I cannot wear. But that's okay. So let's get started with what I'm wearing. What I'm wearing is actually my Saturday Rhinebeck sweater from last year, 2019. This is the Gâteau sweater by Ellie Alexander Loomis. She's also Skinanigans all over the web. It's a fun sweater. I'll pop in a picture, but you can see some stripes on the bottom. The yarn is by Nice and Knit. It is their fingering base, and the green color is the Rhinebeck League colorway. I participated in the knit along with the Knitters League, another video podcast, and Nice and Knit created this colorway just for them and for all of us that were going to be going to Rhinebeck so that we could all coordinate with our colors of our sweaters. So we had fun with that. The stripe color is also Nice and Knit fingering, and it is in their Firefly base, or Firefly colorway. Still the same fingering base. So yeah, so that's what I'm wearing. I love this sweater. It's a nice lightweight sweater. I wore it to the Alpaca Festival back in November, and it was a fantastic weight for that. So I'm looking forward to wearing this when it gets a little warmer in the springtime. I could probably wear it now. Unfortunately, I tend to wear t-shirts when I go out anywhere with things over top of them and dressing in layers because inside it's very warm, but outside it's a little on the colder side. So I don't get to wear my sweaters very much right now because we haven't had any deep, crazy freezes. But I'm looking forward to that changing sometime soon. So let's get on to what's on the needles. On the needles, a couple of things that you've already seen. First, we have in my Fat Squirrel bicycle bag. Isn't it cute? We have my Vary the Gate. And the Progress Creeper shows you where we were at the last podcast. I haven't worked on it much. To be completely honest, I only worked on this at the guild meeting where we were knitting on charity shawls. The yarn is from Miss Babs. It's in the tart base, and it is called Sunday Drive. There's the yarn. And it was their 2018 Maryland Sheep and Wool exclusive colorway. So I will get back to this. I just have other pressing matters before I can finish this up. So that's number 1. Number 2 is Beats and Bones. And this is still residing in my 03 Hide and Hammer bag that was customized with my handle MD Quilter in the mustard color and lovely buckle and brass fittings. And it is sadly trying to outgrow this bag. I'm fighting it tooth and nail. I was actually just working on this earlier today. My husband and I went out to lunch at Olive Garden, and I took this along with me to work on in the car. So here we go. Look at that. We have sleeves split. Ta-da. And I will show you at the last podcast. We were right here. So look at all of this that has been knit since the last podcast 2 weeks ago. It's an amazing amount of work for 2 weeks, I think, especially when you see what else I've finished. All right. So this is a pattern by Gigi Alagon. The yarn is, the brick red is from Knit Crate. The yellow is also from Knit Crate. These are both unknown bases, unknown colorways. My friend Melissa from Rising Tide Fiber, she looked it up, and we think it's 100% superwash merino base that Knit Crate carries. So that's what we're going with. The blue is from Plucky Knitter. It's the Plucky Trusty Fingering in the vintage icebox colorway. I am so smitten with these colors together. This has been a wonderful, wonderful knit. So much, so nice. And I already have my outfit planned out for the styling for when I take pictures with this. I am super excited for this one. So yeah, so this is Beats and Bones. I'm supposed to be finished by the 1st of March. So hopefully I will be showing you a finished object the next time I podcast. And from what I've calculated, I need to knit roughly 10 rounds a day. And then I will have a day and a half roughly for each sleeve in order to get finished before March 1st. Wish me luck. That's what I'm trying for. All right. My next one is, so that's all that was on the needles last time that is currently still on the needles. I'm actually going to, at this point, talk about what's off my needles because I jumped around a little bit. Sorry about that. Off the needles. I don't have it with me. I will pop in a picture, but I finished the Weekender, which was a sample from Magpie Fibers. I used their Nest worsted yarn in their natural marl colorway. My friend Susie was kind enough to pop it on and let me take a couple of pictures of her wearing it. So yeah, it fits her perfectly. She's actually going to be knitting it as well using loop fiber. It's in their yin yangs. Yeah, so I'm super happy. They received the sweater. They're thrilled with it. So everybody's happy all around. It was a great experience, and I'm looking forward to knitting more samples for them in the future. So yeah, so that's what's off the needles. So next on the needles, newly on the needles, we have in my Hohi & Co. honey colored BA bag. This is the bag that I use for all of my Desert Vista Dye Works monthly sock challenge socks, and that's what's sitting in here. I decided to do, I showed you in the last podcast, my rom-com bingo, the rom-com bingo kit that I got. So I decided to use that for my February colors. My cuffs, so I decided to do a little bit differently than I talked about the last time. I had some input from some friends, and my cuffs are going to be in this Valentine Speckle colorway. I apologize, it is blowing out. Let me lift that up a little bit. A little less blowout there. There we go. So this is the Valentine Speckle colorway, and both of my cuffs will be done in this colorway. And then I'm going to use the coordinating speckle, which is the Galentine Speckle. Purples and pinks. Isn't that beautiful? That's going to be the toes. And then when I looked at the kit, I noticed We had a free space mini. Look at that. So this is going to be my heels. So both socks will have the same cuff, toe, and heel. I'm also coordinating the, I'm knitting them, these two at the same time, but I'm knitting them concurrently instead of on the same needle because I'm working from the same little mini skein for each one. So I have two of them. Aren't they cute? Whoops. So you can see the front, I'm doing the heel toe do-si-do pattern. And this is the back. They are both the heel toe do-si-do pattern, by the way. But Kay always puts the back as plain on these socks. So yeah, so I have my first mini in. My first mini is Stroll in the Park. I watched Pretty Women and was able to check off the Stroll in the Park bingo square for that one when they go and pop a squat in the park in LA. Yeah. So I'm really happy with how these are coming out so far. My best guess, since these are 3 stripes per mini, is that I'll be using probably 9 of the minis. So yeah, they're really cute. I love this whole Frankenstock thing. And this little needle minder, isn't it cute? It has the cute little movie theme in the inside. That was one of the gifts in the kit. So I'm using that as well. So yeah, so my next one that goes on, I can't remember what it is. I have it written down. I've been keeping track of all these things. So yeah, so that's next on the next item that was on the needles. Let me put or newly on the needles. Since I just cast those on yesterday. All right, my next item on the needles is from the Going Pro segment. It's newly on the needles, but I got lots done on it. And this is the plated pullover. So this is the plated pullover. It is a test knit for Tanis Gray. I have finished the colorwork yoke. I have split for the sleeves. I have done the short rows on the back for the shaping. So all that I have left is stockinette sitting on the body. But I am in love with this. The yarn that I used is Peace Fleece. This is Lauren's Coral for the main color. And I think this is Baltic Blue for the contrasting color. This is going to be one cozy sweater. So nice. So fun to knit. Yes, I love this. So this is living in, I said I was going to do it and I did. It's living in my Fringe Supply Company town bag in the army green color. And I got this 2 weeks ago when I went to Fiberspace for Tanis's book signing. So that is living there. Hooray. So that is the last thing that I have on the needles currently. I will be casting on some new stuff soon. But yeah, so let's jump on into our Going Pro segment. I was chosen to do a test knit for Mina Phillip, who is the knitting expat. She has a new sweater coming out called the Igneous Pullover. And when I saw it, I'll pop a picture of it, of the sample in here. And when I saw it, I looked at it and I said, oh, that would be cool to fade. And I have 4 fade kits from Dream in Color on their Jilly base. And they actually live way up above where you can see right now. I still have a teal one and a blue one, but I decided for this one, I'm going to use my pink one and my gray one together to knit this sweater. So I am going to be, I will show these to you. I'll be from the bottom up. This is Cerise, and this is Jilly from Dream in Color. It's a single ply fingering weight, 100% superwash merino, 440 yards per skein. So this is Cerise. And then on top of that will be Haven. We're gonna see how good I am here. And then next on top will be Cressida. You see how those are coming together there. On top of that is Chesley. On top of that is Dune. Get that. On top of that will be Bravery. And then for the neckband, I'm going to bring Cerise back up. So let's see if I can hold these up a little bit better for you. Close. And then the sleeves, I have 2 skeins of Barrett, which is a tonal gray that goes beautifully with these. So I have 2 of those. So I'll use that for the sleeves. So the sweater, here we go. There you go. Now you can see. So the sweater will be faded in the body, and then the sleeves will be a single color. I think it's going to be gorgeous. I cannot wait to get started on this. And it'll check off one of my bingo cards and go towards another. One of my bingo goals for Crafty Bingo is to knit a fade project. So this will be a fade project, and it's also stash, and it's fairly deep stash. It's probably 2.5, 3 years old. So I am very happy to be using that up. Alrighty. Let's see what we have next. First, we need a little drink of water. My cute little Stephen and Penelope cup. It's like a metal enamel cup. And my friend Eileen, hi Eileen, her daughter Katie, hi Katie. She went to Amsterdam a few months back. She brought me some yarn, which is going to go into my mid-coast sweater. But I also asked her to bring me back one of these cute little enamel mugs from Stephen and Penelope. Today it's just water. I just need the water. I am very dehydrated right now. All right, acquisitions. It's not 2 weeks without me getting something in the mail. So, first up, I placed a pre-order with Kirby Werby. I love Cherie. I love her yarns. I love her yarn color names. She's just so much fun. So, I got some Tricked Out Treehouse. This is on her soft and squishy base, which is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. It's called Tricked Out Treehouse. There you go. And then I am a sucker for a name, but this also has pink and lots of pink. So it was destined to be mine. So this one is called Gangster of Love with a Maurice mini. So altogether, I think she's calling this Blow and Smoke. How do I say no to this? How do I see this and not buy it? It's impossible. The only thing that could help me these days is to stay off of Instagram, and that's not happening. I can't, I don't know. I can't even. And I am so excited to knit this up. Oh, it's so soft. Oh my God. Gangster of Love. Maurice. Hello. Mind blowing. All right. So then I was at the shop for Wine Wednesday, and in comes my friend Melissa from Rising Tide Fiber Company. Hi, Melissa. And she brought our Cabana Club shipment in. Is that not gorgeous? Look at those pinks and purples and reds. Oh, oh. So Cabana Club this year is inspired by women of 90s country. February, Shania Twain. Any Man of Mine. So this one's called Heart Beatin', Fine Beatin'. Need I say any more? She is knocking it out of the park. This is gorgeous. And look at her cute tag. I have no more words. All right, so that's it for yarn. No sweater quantities right now. That'll happen soon, I'm sure. I actually did place an order for a sweater quantity of yarn for Macmillan Fiber Company, and it's the colorway's called Black Dahlia, and it's gorgeous, and I'm waiting for it to arrive. So when that arrives, you all will see it. All right, so the other package that arrived was my order from Heidenhammer. I fell down. Two Heidenhammer bags. All right, so this one is another 03 bag. It's the same bag as the mustard color one that I'm using right now. It is not personalized. It has the stud closure on it instead of the buckle. These were not personalizable, which is okay. I don't need every one of my bags to say MD Quilter. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but I don't need every one of them to say that. It's a fun little perk. But yeah, so this is the green bag with the brown handles. And then she came out with a new bag style called the 04 bag, which is bigger than the 03 bag. Is anyone surprised? So this, hang on. Egg. See, these studs are tough to open. Okay. So this is the size of the bag. Okay. It doesn't have a box bottom yet. So what you do is it's got these little snaps here. So you snap it, and then it becomes a square bottom bag. Look at that. Look at that. Now we have a square bottom bag. And it's huge. It's cavernous. There we go. It's massive. Massive. Yeah. So I wonder what's going to go in this one. Maybe igneous. Unless I decide to put my berry bag to use. But I think my igneous pullover, my igneous pullover is going to go into this one because I think that's going to hold it nicely. Yeah. So 2 new Hide and Hammer bags. Here. With this one. This one here. So that's all of my acquisitions. Amazing, isn't it? So let's do next a whip roundup. My last one to show you what I'm gonna be finishing of my whips in 2020. At least that's the plan. So the first one, this one's gonna be hard to show because it's in pieces, but we'll do it. My first one is my Rose cardigan. That is by Andrea Mowry. And it is a pullover that's knit in quadrants, or I'm sorry, a cardigan that's knit in quadrants. And it's oversized and it's faded and it's beautiful. And it's living in a fun football bag by Whimsy Stitches. And you can see through it. You can see the project right here. Rick from Whimsy Stitches does fantastic clear bags. I love them. And this is the large size clear drawstring bag. Bought this years ago from him. So I'm using the KFI Luxury Collection Indulgent Sport yarn. And this colorway is Ibiza Royale. So let me show you one of the finished quadrants. So you start here. Oops, let me show you the right way. It is reverse stockinette. And there's this cable that runs across the top. So this is the shoulder seam, the top shoulder seam. So it'll run like this. So this is the first color, which I can't remember what the colorway names are now. I'm sorry. This is the first color that then melds into that Ibiza Royale, which then melds into the third color, and that melds into the fourth color. And then the fourth color becomes a cable, shawl collar-y type of thing, without it being really a shawl collar. And then also a bottom ribbing. And it's just beautiful. So this is one of the quadrants. This is the second this is the first quadrant I knit, actually. Yep. So this is actually a back piece. This is the right back. And this is the left front. And I'm not sure what I'm working on now, but I'm in it. So that's what's going on with that. These are the other colors. For it. And this pattern is super pricey, but super worth it because she has a checklist for each quadrant that tells you exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Because there's a lot of increases, decreases, cables, all happening at once. So that chart really keeps you where you're supposed to be. I had also bought a magnetic Cocoa Knits wrist ruler and the magnetic cable needles. These might wind up as a prize at some point because I now cable without a cable needle, so I have no use for this. And I never used it. So yeah, so I have finished 2 quadrants. I am probably about a third of the way through the third quadrant. And then I just have a fourth one and seaming and finishing, and I will have myself a cardigan. And a beautiful cardigan. These blues and yellows are gorgeous. Yeah, I probably bought these yarns. Well, this started, okay. This was a knit along at my local yarn shop, Knits and Pieces. You're going to sense a theme throughout this segment. So this is it started as a knit along. I haven't finished it yet. But yeah, I love the yarn. And luckily she still has it in the shop just in case I run out. That's a good thing. All right. The next whip is my Grete Vest. It's living in a Darn Yarn Minnesota bag. Isn't that cool? With the fun, colorful sheep all over it. So this one was also a knit along at the local yarn shop. That first knit along was a fade knit along, and I didn't finish. This one was a vest knit along, and I am not very far into this one. So this is called the Grete Vest, and this is all I've done of it. That's really sad. I'm doing the shaping. So it goes like this. And I'm doing the shaping. And I'm using these crazy Jimmy Bean Smart Sticks on it. They're okay. I'm not a big fan of the cord. The cord is really, really stiff on it. But I love the hot pink needles. I think y'all know me and pink. So my colorways. So the vest is written to be a single color, but they didn't have enough of the Malabrigo Rios in Sandbank, which is what this is, for me to do the whole thing. So my plan was to do the top portion, and then after the split for the underarms, start striping in this liquid amber. Which, let me get this a little bit neater for you guys to see. Just a little. Yeah, so I'm planning to stripe in this pretty liquid amber with the Sandbank. I think it'll be really pretty. I just have to get back to knitting it. So that's going to happen very soon. But the name of the vest, once again, is called Grete Vest. And it's just a really pretty open front vest. So I want to get it done. All right, my last whip that I'm going to talk about today is this was my very first Ellison Lane bag. And it's a fun bag. It's got leopard print on it and black canvas. Nice and sturdy. And I have my Katrinkles 2018 New York Sheep and Wool zipper pull on it. All right, but it's a drawstring. This is my Descent Cardi. Look at that. So I have all of the color work done. That whole yoke is done. I have split for sleeves. I am just on stockinette now. Stockinette and sleeves and a steek. And this sucker is done. So, once again, another one. I just want to get it done. The yarns that I'm using for this, the color changing yarn here, is by Earth Yarns. And it's their unique worsted. And it's a color changing yarn, and it went from here to this teal, and then I added another skein and did from the teal back down. The background is Barocco Eco Alpaca Natural in the Sunflower Seeds colorway. So it's a nice, pretty gray. Once again, another just super cozy sweater that I just need to get done. However, I do have to show you my progress keeper on this one. It's from Ann Tudor. It's a glass stitch marker. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's an F-bomb. I think that's perfect for my descent sweater. I think it's a perfect match. So yeah, so I just need to get back to it. That's all I need to do. Get back to it. It'll happen. All right. So that's everything that I have to show you. I do want to chatter a little bit about a couple of things. I'm going to have a new cast on happening this week. We have another knit along starting. Also, just real quick, this was another knit along. This was the Cardigan knit along. I haven't finished. So if we're keeping track, this week, that's 3 knit alongs for the shop that I didn't finish, that now need to be finished. And of the other whips that I'm going to be finishing this year for finish 9 in 2019, it is, my Speckle and Pop. That was also a knit along. I think that might be the only one. I hope that's the only one. I could be wrong though. Anyway, so back to, let's chatter about a couple of things. I'm gonna have a new knit along starting. We have a new knit along starting at the shop. So I'm gonna be casting on for the Elton. Just to remind you, I showed you the yarns that I'm gonna be using for that. It is my domestic fingering yarn from Magpie, from their bootleg skein area, in that really pretty rust color. And then I bought some Dream in Color mohair that is variegated. So that's going to be my alternate color for the sweater. That knit along is starting on Friday at Knits and Pieces. If you're local, come join us. It's going to be a blast. We have a lot of people joining in on this one. So we're really looking forward to this knit along. It will be running for the remainder of February, all of March, and I think the first 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks of April. So it's going to be leading up into Easter. So if you'd like to have a nice new Easter cardigan, this is a great opportunity for that. The other thing you might have noticed, my cute little signs back here. Kay, the crazy sock lady, she showed her sign that was gifted to her by the makers. And I will put the maker down below. I can't remember off the top of my head who that was, but the yarn cave, you see that in her background. This is definitely my yarn cave, even though it's not a cave, it is above ground, but it's my yarn spot. The other one, I'm going to actually bring it closer because this is definitely me. It says, a day without knitting is like, just kidding. I have no idea. That's me. My husband will attest to it. Anybody that I know will attest to it. I knit every single day, unless I'm deathly ill. I definitely get in at least a few stitches a day. So yeah, that was very appropriate for me. The other thing is, I wanted to bring light to a great new pattern that was just released by Jamie Hoffman, who is Knitosophy. She just released her swallowtail sweater, and my friend Melissa, hi Melissa, she, you guys know her as the Knitter's Closet. She was a test knitter for this, so I watched this sweater being knit by her, and it was a gorgeous sweater. I'd already decided that I really wanted to knit it, but when Jamie started promoting it after the pattern was released, she showed it on a lovely, gorgeous model wearing it in a size 9, which is a size I can wear. So I was so excited to see this sweater being promoted in a size that I relate to. And, hang on a second, I need a little bit of drink. And also, at the same time, Shelly Can, she released a fabulous new collaboration that she did with Jackie Cieslak, Shay of Knit and Crochet, and Jessie of Jessie Made. Excuse me. And they're these beautiful pins, and I'll pop a picture up here, that are illustrations of these gorgeous women in their designs that are really, they're really doing the work in promoting size inclusivity. And it's just so wonderful to see these things popping up in the knitting community. And I was so excited when I saw these pins be released. You know, not only is it these women, but it says you are make worthy on it, or you are knit worthy. And it's so wonderful to see this happening in the knitting community. So thank you very much to everyone that promotes size inclusivity and really pushes designers to include all sizes. And that goes for smaller sizes as well. It goes both ways. We need to make sure all sizes are represented and everybody can knit whatever they want to knit. We shouldn't be hampered by what size is available to us for something that we want to make ourselves. Yeah, so that's kind of all I have to say about that. It's something that's near and dear to my heart. That's why I do so many test knits, because I want to support these designers that are designing in a size range that I currently need. So thank you all, and I just invite you to subscribe, like, comment down below. Let me know what you want to see, if there's anything that you want to see me talk about. A lot of my knit group and my Wednesday night group, they tell me exactly what they want me to talk about, which is great. I'm thrilled to hear this. And I do have to do one more thing. Hi, Sean, the knit guy. Hello, buddy. I will be seeing you on Wednesday, I'm sure. But yeah, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and tell your friends. I'm getting close to that 100 mark. I am putting together a prize package. So when we hit that 100 point, I'm going to announce a giveaway. So yeah, tell your friends to come see me and check out what I'm talking about. And I hope that you guys will come back and see me in 2 weeks to see what MD Quilter knits next. Bye.